I'm back again, once again. I've got a cat with me, so it's looking like it's gonna be an A-OK day. Continuing my nightmare playthrough of Doom the Dark Ages. Let's just go ahead and jump into it. I'm going to see whether or not I'm able to keep up my pace, because today I have started wearing my compression gloves again because between work and just sort of the way I exist in the world, my thumb hurts like a lot. So, seeing if maybe this helps. But they also might hinder the gameplay a little bit. We'll see.
Why would they hide this from us? The makers didn't know
And the
it was
cat
here.
has immediately abandoned. It got too spooky for the cat already. Leia just sort of jumped off of the couch and started, I think, chasing a gnat. Which is just sort of normal cat activity, I think. Okay. It's a Komodo. Komodo Joe, as I like to call him. I don't know why. It just rolls off the tongue. Every single time they introduce like a new super heavy enemy in this game, they have you fight like the champion of their people. Which, like, it's a little strange to consider that I have to fight the champion before I'm allowed to fight their lessers. And now his head has been removed from his shoulders. So far the compression gloves aren't hindering me so much. It's really just like a weird feeling on the controller. I feel like I'm sliding around a little bit, but you know, we're gonna ball through it.
The Church wants the Creed and Thera safely returned, and they're willing to help. According to the makers, inside this tomb is a deity that will lead you
I
to
feel
their
like King
location.
Novik
The
is
bishop's
voiced,
mystery is
but I,
ours,
I, I
but they are
haven't
alone in
actually
this mission.
looked
They
this up.
trust no one else.
but I
I
think
cannot
he's
disagree
voiced
to judge,
by
but we'll be
a
informed.
gentleman from Game of Thrones. I feel like I recognize his voice. Have a snack. I'm gonna get some health before I get on my dragon if it's all the same to you.
The entire structure was built just to keep this creature in stasis. We need to wake it up. Makers have given us directions.
Targets identified. Locking coordinates.
This is the first one where they're just like, you can just kill one of these guys. And we'll say we filled your quota. Oh, moved a little earlier. Heck. Door is so big. Like they're in a lot of fantasy stuff. They just have these massive gates that will open, and the logistics of that are wild to me. Like how how are they opening these things? Who who is cranking this lever? Who has the power? There's a chest in there. There's and also, what is so large in medieval times? Granted, this isn't really medieval times. It's like a mixture of medieval and sci-fi that doesn't exactly make any sense, but it looks cool. Hi, Revenant. What can I do, you whore? I feel like you should be dead, but you know. I got a toy. How dare you cover yourself up? Granted, I suppose that's my fault for shield charging into it. demon that's particularly dangerous up close, but you know, I thought the shield would protect me. I don't really play Doom the Dark Ages, I just sort of feel it, you know. There's a lot of nightmare imps in here. Jesus! In the game where nightmare imps first appear, like, nothing is, like, completely invisible, which feels like a strange choice considering that they had done invisible enemies before and were not shy about making those fuckers always invisible. Like, you could see an outline of them, but they weren't, like, flashing in and out of existence. Everything in Doom 64 that is invisible, like, just sort of flashes in and out of invisibility. And I'm just here to say that that is cowardly. Calling out Doom 64 for being made by cowards. Granted, I do enjoy Doom 64. I did finish that fairly recently, and I had a good time with it. It's a weird fucking game. Need to do some research into Doom 64, just sort of like how that worked on the N64, cause you know, in the modern console release, like, you can like have multiple save files and stuff like that, but there is like a password system that they allude to. Like, at the end of every level, they still show you a password, which makes me wonder, like, was that your only method of saving on the Nintendo 64 version? So I'm not sure, not 100% sure when, like, the memory expansion thing came out for the Nintendo 64. I recall that coming with Donkey Kong 64 for some reason. And I don't know, like, did they package it with other games? Or did you just have to buy Donkey Kong 64 to get that? Were they just so confident in the success of Donkey Kong 64? Like, well, everybody's gonna buy Donkey Kong 64. Why would anybody pass up on the follow-up to Donkey Kong Country? I think an enemy, yep. I was gonna say a Komodo, but I wasn't 100% sure. I knew it was a big enemy that was gonna come out of that hole when I grabbed the life signal. I'm out of shotgun ammo. Oh, fuck. Fine. Damn it. Well, that was a waste of time. Anyway. I mean, I got gold, I guess, but... Of the things that could have come out of that, that was the less interesting. It's... My shield was gone, I guess. I actually didn't think it had fallen, but... And I did pull the trigger. I don't know. I could check the tape, but I'm lazy. Now, the grenade launcher actually might be the superior of the explosive weapons in this game. Which I am surprised by, given that I played this game all the way through and did not really pick up on that. Oh, fuck. That was on me. I just sort of watched that. Just sort of watched that come right at me and did nothing about it. But, you know, I was big on the rocket launcher because, like, that's sort of a known quantity for me in the modern Doom games, whereas the grenade launcher is new territory and seems like it would be worse. However, they sort of get rid of the best thing about the modern Doom rocket launcher, which is that it had a lock-on feature. And they don't have that in this game. So it's kinda not great, not as great. Oh. Fuck. My favorite thing about the Doom 2016 and Eternal rocket launcher is like, is there an enemy you don't really want to deal with? Good. Just use the lock-on thing and it will die. It's not even a problem. Granted, if it's like, I don't know, a Baron or an Arc Vial, it's gonna take a few. But if it's like a Whiplash, just use the lock-on. One burst will do it. And I don't know about everybody else who played Doom Eternal. I don't want to deal with a Whiplash. I don't like those guys. They are slippery in a way that makes me hate them very, very much. I'm not sure which of these situations I want to deal with first. And there's also Lost Souls that are a problem too. There's a few issues here. And which... The first time that should have been the only time I took out the Cacodemon first. I think that might be Dewey, but... The first time I ran through this series of issues, I was able to isolate the Cacodemon in a way that hasn't really proved possible every other time. Charge the Cacodemon, get it out. Those Lost Souls are a new problem that maybe would have made if I made the first time go sour if I hadn't have fucked up the parry against the Hell Knight. Hello there. Allison Parker, how are you doing? We got there. Oh. If memory serves, there's a gore nest back this way. What do I really get for fighting that gore nest, though? think it's for this leader demon thing. My stream is going okay. Haven't been going for super long today, but it's going alright so far. How is your day going? Leader detected. Want our shield to deal with the cyber team. Oops, a daisy. Okay. Kind of fumbled that. Let's try it again. Oh yeah, you specialize in overlays and stuff like that. Oh, this is going great. It's going slightly better. However, this is not a great weapon to fight a cyber beam. Fuck. There we go. I'm not really looking for like professionally made layouts, at least not right now. I'm not kind of more in the on the hobby level with the whole streaming thing. I have been streaming more regularly lately just because I started doing this series mostly out of a tradition, obligation. Get me. Get your stinkiness out of me. That's a weird way to say it. Anyway, he's done. Farewell, Gary. I think there's a codex page down. Do I need to grab it? Absolutely not, but I picked up a thing and then it flashed up on the screen that I found it, and that makes my brain sparkle. Good chemicals rush into my brain when I see the game tell me I did a good job.
You may now access the nearby stasis emitter.
I will give it some thought. If I decide I'm in the market for a layout, I will definitely hit you up. Ouch. Bye-bye. This one wants me to do auto turret rounds, but I get the mass. You know? Uh, I'll do that, I guess. We'll try to do that. Get the gold for it. I recall there's a sneak grid in this level that involves swimming. I don't recall what that sneak grid is, and I could tell if I looked at the map. But instead, I'm just going to hope I don't die trying to get it. It's a ruby. There are less worthwhile things it could have been. Dang game, please. You gotta hate when you tell the game to do a thing and it doesn't do it. You hate to see it. That time it did the thing. I love to see terrible, horrible, no good, very bad. Ugh. Ooh, that was close. Yeah. Gall darn it. Another Revenant, or was that? There's another Revenant. Okay. Up, up. Please don't let me get killed by a possessed soldier. That's not nice. No one should have to get killed by a possessed soldier. Why? Absolutely. completely unnecessary. What other weapons do I want to... Vest. Ravager, I think is worth. Already fully upgraded the flail, which is going to be my road dog throughout this. I think it's probably the... Well, I hesitate to say the best because there's certainly a possibility that people better at the game than I am would debate that. But it's certainly my favorite. Gives you armor. Does a decent amount of damage. The club does more damage for sure, but the trade-off for that is you don't get to really use it as often. Did that give me what I... Why didn't that give me the... Hello? I could swear I just blew that gentleman up. And was not compensated for it. Once again. They keep taking them from me before their time. Wow, this is going just splendidly. Have any ammo for this gun? Gonna have to remedy that. Ah. Okay. Cyber beam here. That's fun. Alright. There he is. Now give me the ammo that dwells within you. Thanks, I don't care much about the Sentinel Shrine right now. There's gentlemen trying to kill me. Stop it. Stop it. Oops. Not good. Poor, some might say. Okay. Right. No, that's fair. Understood. My eye was on the wrong ball. There's the ruby over here. Oh heck. Oh jeez. Oh, this is going just swimmingly. think it gets extremely good. I need to start using it more. I had this revelation when I was going through and doing all of the... I didn't get the fucking ruby that I fought all those dudes for. I did that for a reason, and I didn't get the reason. I was doing the mastery challenges for every weapon as I was getting it for the Ravager, and just like, this is a really good gun. Why am I not using it? And I know that now, and I'm still not using it really. I need to go stop the cat from destroying everything out.
Stop it.
She knows she's doing something she's not supposed to do, because as soon as I stand up, she gets down from there. It's evidently something she wants to be doing very, very badly. Why? I could not tell you. Okay, where's the flag one? You! Fine. Oh, the Ravager does decent damage, and once you level it up completely, it fucking farms health for you without having to kill anything, which is very primo. Especially on higher difficulties.
It's awake, but it can't free itself.
It's awake.
Excessive heat is now required.
It's that is the point of no return. Um, there's a landing point I haven't done. What does it give me? Just gold. I do kind of want to find another ship to shoot out of the sky, however I don't. However, that leader would probably give me essence. I'm not sure if it is armor or ammo. If it's armor, I would definitely like it. Any more survivability I can get would be amazing. Come over here. This poor fish. I think I joked about this in the first episode of this series, but I really wish that any beached fish that show up in this game were the Commander Keen fish that were inexplicably in, like, I think one level of Doom Eternal. There's just a billion dudes. It's just 69,420 gentlemen. There's even more. It's like that part in Lord of the Rings when all the gerblins start coming out of the fucking woodwork. Okay. Holy behavior. You kind of think of fodder demons as being like nothing in this game, which for the most part they are. But when there's a ton of them, they can start to be a little bit of an issue. Especially when there's like a billion of them being very aggressive and therefore using this attack that walls off. Damn it, Dick Christmas. This landing point did not have what I thought it had on it. But you know what? I'm not mad. What I got was pretty good. I'm just gonna move on with my life, I think. I remember spending quite a long time on this level for a number of reasons. Because when I was trying to find every single tiny thing in this game, I would find myself searching these really big levels, trying to find everything as I went. Which, when you feel like you're getting towards the end of a level and you don't have all the gold pieces and you don't know how much is left of said level, can be a little nerve-wracking, especially when the map isn't super good about remembering which landing points you've been to already. Because landing points sometimes will be marked as visited and checked off, and then sometimes those check marks will be removed until you are right on top of them again. And it'll remember, oh yeah, you've been there already. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Oh, right. Okay. That landing point, checkpoint, when I came here is kind of, I think, kind of incorrectly labeled as a point of no return, because I think... I actually don't remember. I don't remember exactly how it goes from here on. I know what we're about to get. is a weapon I feel like I might get more use out of in this playthrough than my first one. But I'm not sure. We will see. You're hot. Let's get that. You're hot, so let's get those clothes on. Ugh. Give me ammo. Thank you. Oh! Oh! Had a little bit of trouble with this encounter on my first playthrough. But we'll see if that tradition keeps on. Revenant and the Komodo, that's the issue. Get that delicious essence. Although that wasn't particularly difficult. I think I made the mistake of fighting the Komodo first when I played initially. Which proves to speaks to a just sort of fundamental misunderstanding of how those encounters work. Because once you kill the leader, you don't have to fight anything else. And the leader is the weaker of those two enemies. So now we get the BFC, the Ballistic Force Crossbow, which I did not use very much when I first played the game. Which may change but I don't know. Like, it's good, obviously, but, sort of knowing when is a good time to use it is a bit of a problem. And it doesn't work exactly the same as the BFG in Modern Doom.
What happens if this creature doesn't
It's
run away?
just sort of a big
We have no
explosion,
choice.
whereas in Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal, the BFG will damage everything that shot moves past as it flies slowly through the battlefield. Granted, the trade-off there is it doesn't, like, delete motherfuckers the same way that the ballistic force crossbow seems to. Actually, I kind of want to test that out a little bit because, like, the BFG will not delete a, like, super heavy demon like a Baron of Hell or a Tyrant. But it will delete the things that I was dealing with just now as sort of the tutorial of the BFC. I want to try the BFC against the Cyber Demon and see how it do. Or against a bakery or a Komodo. The types of things the BFG would not immediately jib. It's like I said, I didn't use the BFC very often. This is a nightmare, by the way. Actually, maybe it's not. I skipped a step in that situation. I needed to very quickly switch from the BFC because you don't have shield while you're using the BFC. just did not see that guy at all. I completed that challenge. I should swap back to the rune that I like better. And that I have put more money into. Boy, cheap viewers. Pervasiveness of, like, bots that are telling you to buy bot viewers. Really kind of makes me wonder how many people are actually on Twitch anymore. Like, I know there's a fair amount of people, because I watch people on Twitch, and they have, like, people saying actual shit, but... They got a Cthulhu in this one. They don't call him Cthulhu, but...
The final safety switch is ahead. Ready for release of Titan-class entities.
Is everything that uses the name Cthulhu...
When you find them, the Makers will guide you to an exit.
I actually don't know how old the Call of Cthulhu is. Which you would think that I, you know, as someone who studied English literature in college, you would think I would know that, but I don't. I haven't read it, don't even know how old it is. Couldn't tell you, even if H.P. Lovecraft is still alive or not. My knee-jerk reaction is no. But I don't know. You could tell me anything. I wouldn't know. I'm looking it up now. So soon I will know. H.P. Lovecraft is not still alive. Has been dead for quite some time. Died quite young. But, like, is that old enough to be in the public domain? I don't know that it is. I like how I type in "is Cthulhu" into Google, and one of the first suggested searches is Cthulhu real? Uh, is Cthulhu evil? Is Cthulhu an octopus? The question I want is Cthulhu in the public domain? Um, yes, it is. Okay. Because I see a lot of, like, there's... Love when the game kicks me to title screen for no reason. Anyway, you see a lot of, like, there's indie games that use Cthulhu. There's Cthulhu Saves Christmas. And there's another one that I have forgotten the name of in the same series.
Creed Maker. Signal lost. Commander Thera. Signal detected.
And there was that Lovecraft Country show on HBO. But with something like HBO, I can believe that, like, if it wasn't public domain, they could probably afford to pay to use it because it's HBO. But an indie game, I feel like they probably wouldn't go for a non-public domain property. But in all of, I have to assume that, I have to assume that it wasn't in public domain yet when, Metallica's Master of Puppets album came out. Because they spell they spell Cthulhu in a, legally distinct way. For the Call of Cthulhu. Which they could have called that song anything. There's no lyrics for the Call of Cthulhu. That song has no lyrics. They could have called it anything. It didn't have to be that. But no, it was very important to them, so they had to spell it in a legally distinct way. don't know if I want to. I mean, I've got a thing to spend, but do I want to do it on this? Yes, I think I do. This is another gun that I feel like I could get more use out of that I don't. I kind of want that life sigil if I can get my hands on it. Not from that angle. Not from that side. I gotta fall down from the other side. I got tentacles in this one. Oh god. Oh jeez. You are the Cosmic Baron. I'm gonna not use my life sigil here. Right. I had forgotten about this enemy, actually. Okay, so it does just do it on a Cosmic Baron. Actually, of course it does. There's a thing later on where you like have to get two at once with a BFC shot.
has returned. Woe to all who stand before him.
Whoa. Man, there are a few enemies from this game that I just have completely forgotten. Granted, they are the enemies that are new, so they haven't had as much time to stick in my craw, but it's a little wild that they're so late in the game and therefore so should be so fresh in my memory and yet are just not. Where am I now? What was I thinking? Anyway. Because the thought crossed my mind earlier, but I did not say it because I wasn't sure. It's like, there's no Barons of Hell in this game, but there are. They're not actually Barons of Hell, but they are. Because those weird guys are called Cosmic Barons, and they work the same as Barons of Hell, essentially. Dread Mace. It's only got one charge, so make it count. Getting stuck here for an embarrassing amount of time. Like, oh, did you forget one of the mechanics of the video game? Yes, I did. It's underutilized, I might say. But wouldn't that have been something? Oop. Try the crossbow against Gary. Okay, definite. Oh, it just kills Gary. Okay, the BFC is definitely stronger than the BFG in terms of like what it does in its respective video game. It's definitely also not designed for the same sort of purpose. It's the BFG in classic Doom and in New Doom is designed for clearing a room. Like, if there is too much to deal with, this is your nuclear option. But it's not necessarily going to knock out a big chunky fucker straight away. The BFC is not as good at clearing a room, I would say. Like, it definitely clears a chunk of a room, but it is very localized. But it will just kill a big chunky fucker if you don't want to deal with a big chunky fucker.
Our covenant with the Dark Realm is sealed. Now their strength is our own.
Just remember real quick what the hell. Ah, here we go. Just not worth my time even a little bit. Alright. We're not gonna switch back. Ah. Ah, yes. There's not much fighting you have to do on this particular arena unless you go for that gore nest. This arena, however, is shaped by a psychopath. Like, sort of navigating it and walking around whilst looking at your enemy and not necessarily where you're going is a nightmare. Because it is not a shape that makes any sense in my mind's eye. So I recall fighting what comes out of that gore nest on that platform and just constantly falling off because I just had no sense of where the edge was. Another flag, gentlemen? Flagged gentlemen? Oh, there he is. There's a tumulto. I really need to stop shield bashing this fight of the Caco demons. It's a bad idea. They're dangerous up close. Hell. That's fair. Understood. It's okay to shield bash the side where the Caco demons if you immediately shoot them with a super shotgun. Let that be a lesson. I don't know if that's always okay, but it worked out that one time. And that's all it takes. If something works once, I feel confident in saying that it will always work. If there's one thing I learned from The Amazing Spider-Man 2, it's that if something fails over and over and over again, if it works once, it's on to human trials. If at first you don't succeed on virtual mice hundreds of times, it's definitely worth putting in your body. After the first virtual mouse doesn't die.
2 cosmic relics detected nearby. Collect both to proceed.
One day I'll understand the timing for this. Oh, is this the one where you have to just turn around? Or do I have to walk further before I'd have to just turn around? What's the sweet spot? There we go. Feel like you have to do at least one complete circle. Or perhaps 2 complete circles. Problem is, I knew the solution already. Weaver detected. Demonic presence at unsafe levels. Yeah, maybe it is good at clearing a room. You know what? Maybe the BFC is... I just never really had occasion to use it. And granted, I still don't feel like I have. I've just sort of been using it for the sake of using it. Part of that is just because I'm too stubborn to hit the big red button a lot of times. But I can't really say I've felt that way in like the other games. I definitely used the BFG, although the BFG feels like a tool in... I don't know. I don't know why it feels different. Maybe it's just because this game, by and large, feels easier. Definitely on nightmare playthroughs of the other two, I often felt like it was in my best interest to use the BFG. It's a lot of times in this game, it's like, I could, or I could just, kill him. I could just win the fight forehead, I don't know. Delicious ass. That maxed out my shotgun, which is good.
Relic acquired. One remaining.
The time of ascension is now. No longer shall we be shackled to the dying cosmos.
Internal shrine. Oh boy. It just feels like you have to hit that button for those tentacle attacks a little earlier than you think. Oh boy, a hustle! That's true. Wait, and not fuck this up this time. Oh, there's wolves on this level. I forgot. Granted, like, I don't know if they're really worth my time, considering that I've mostly leveled up and maxed out the things that I want to. Every time I go to a Sentinel Shrine at this point, it's like, do I need to do anything else? Like, could I do other things? Yeah. Like, am I gonna use them? Probably not. Oh God! It's kind of funny. You find the toy for him, and then one shows up. Ah, he's real. If I find all the wolves, then more power to me, I guess. It's two more. Leader detected. I lost myself in the music. Lose yourself in the music, moan. You only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime, yo. Shit. Bye-bye. Get nice. Oh, let's all just calm down, okay? Let's all just chill out for a second. Count to 10, alright? Oh, jeez. Where is the real... Oh, fuck. What got me? Was it the ghost gentleman? Or was it the possessed? I'm gonna pretend it was the ghost gentleman because I don't want it to be the possessed. I feel like I had too much help for a possessed to have killed me. What are they called? I need to commit this to memory. I know the names of every tumen. This is my cross to bear. Is it a sham? Is that what they're called? Probably not. Leader's shield is down. We're checking. We're checking what they're called. Enemies. Oh. Flash, Agadot, Caco Demon, Giant Caco Demon, Komodo, Cosmic Baron, Acolyte, that's what they're called. Acolyte. am I doing? Do you think I know? The answer? No. You probably didn't think I knew after I asked very plainly, what am I doing? I was asking myself if I thought that I knew. So I wasn't even sure if I thought I knew. And I'm the one doing the damn thing. Ugh. Why doesn't that kill them? It's probably because I'm not throwing the shield in the center, maybe, I don't know. I threw the shield at a center located gentleman. Perhaps I would see different results. That health that's just spilled out of all those dudes. Delicious ass.
Both relics acquired. Proceed to the central lift.
I don't want to hear about your void calling. Don't tell me about what your void calls out for. Whee! Whee! They get in the anemone. The anemone. The anemone. The anemone. We I have to pee, so I will be right back. I'm back. How many more streams I have of this one? As I have said before, this is going a lot smoother than either of my other Davey's Living Nightmare series have gone.
Location unknown. No reference data available.
Ooh. That is a pretty game, huh? Like, it's easy to forget that with all the, like, ugly shit, overtly ugly shit that's in it, but it's a good looking game. I like this game's visual style. Which is true of all three of these games, I think. Granted, I don't feel like... I feel like this game in particular, Dark Ages, has... I fucked up. A very unique look to it. And... there are glimpses of that in Eternal, like they with their sort of ruins of the Sentinel's homeland and whatnot, but they really endeavored in this one to create a new world that they hadn't shown off before. We've seen Hell, we've seen Mars and Earth. And the way they do Hell is one of the better interpretations I've seen in video games, I think. very over-the-top heavy metal album. This sort of weird, dark, deep one world they've got going on here looks really cool, and I like it. Part of me wishes that all of the enemies were unique, but that probably would just turn into reskins of existing enemies instead of what they opted for with just some enemies that are unique to this area. What's up here? Gold? Oh boy. Ooh, a ruby. Oh gosh! Yeah, this level has a challenge on it where it's like, find secrets in underwater sections. And like there's a couple of these like transitional parts. But I think only one of the transitional ones are like has a secret in it, and that was it. But I was like, every time I went through a portal, I'm like, well, I don't know how many of these I'm gonna have, where are they? And so many of them are, like, I think there's 3? Yeah. And the other 2 are basically completely on rails, but I'm swimming around on said rails being like, I'm missing something. It's like, for the most part, in modern Doom, like, as with secrets, it's not rocket science to find them on the map. They're not hiding too terribly much from you. One thing that can be annoying, though, is, like, there will be things that you can see on the map, and you're trying to find a way to get to them, and really all you have to do is just advance through the level, and you'll get there. Which isn't necessarily, like, I don't know how you fix that as a problem. Like, it is a problem, but I don't know how you fix it. Really, the problem is me wanting to find everything on my first run through. Which you most certainly can. You'll just run into frustrating moments like that because you don't want to miss something. In total, I think I had to go back for 3 things, and then the 3 things, a few challenges, and like weapon mastery stuff, which, if you're doing weapon mastery stuff before you're done with the game, good for you. Didn't do that. I cleaned it up while I was doing other stuff. I'm sure you can, like, get all the weapon mastery stuff done before you finish the game. But it might require a little bit of dicking around, considering, like, how long they go before giving you those the crystals for leveling guns up all the way. In fact, I think I had started my weapon mastery journey by this point and, like, started thinking about it because I had most of, if not all of, the weapons maxed out by this point. So I started thinking about that. Delicious essence. That is why I remember this fight in particular uh, causing me a lot of trouble because I think I was trying to do weapon mastery for the rocket launcher, which I think requires you to like uh, heal yourself with the I think I was working on rocket launcher and the shredder. But the rocket launcher requires you to heal yourself with the cannibalism perk a certain number of times or a certain number of points worth. And the cycler requires you to like kill or do damage with ricochet bullets a certain number of times. And I was all focused on doing that and not, you know, playing the game the way I'm good at playing it. Usually with a super shotgun. The super shotgun is really just my favorite weapon. It really just does the job in most cases. Excuse me. Just occurred to me now that I think maybe not all of the raindrops, but at least most of them are just a filter on the screen, I think. It's like, hey, if that's how you chose to do rain, so it didn't slow the game down, just get on. It is very particular about their games running at 60 frames a second. think every one of them does? At least targets it. Quake 4 stories sometimes. Excuse me? I don't feel like that should have broken my shield. I feel like I parried it and it shouldn't have broken my shield. But perhaps there were outside factors. That's unfortunate. Alright. Oh, delicious ass. Maximum cell ammo increased. I don't use that weapon very much, but we have it now. Whee!
Gravitic anomalies detected.
really found a way to make Lost Souls less just obnoxious. But they are pretty dangerous in this. Like a lot of eccentricities about this entry in the series, you could say about Doom 64 also. Well, maybe not. It's really just like they added some enemies that were exclusive to Doom 64, and Lost Souls are actually dangerous, like in Doom 64. Lost Souls aren't particularly dangerous in other entries, but they are annoying. In Doom 64, they're both, because there's a lot of them, and there's pain elementals that will just fill a room with them, and really one is enough to kill you if you let it get too close to you, because it won't bounce off you the way they normally do. It'll just kind of chew on you until you're dead.
Athera's life signal locked on. She is inside the temple. It's one of those ones where they try to heckin' spook you. Am I?
That was too spooky for me. Sometimes they try to spook me and it works. I get spooked.
Prepare the sacrifice. The beast approaches.
Alert. Unknown entity approaching.
Hello, Cthulhu. Oh no, I got ate by Cthulhu. Yeah, there is a whole inside Cthulhu's inside story is what it's called. Um, I think for now that's where I'm going to call it, and we might be able to finish it next time I get around to streaming this, but yeah. Thanks to anybody who showed up and lurked. I hope you had a good time, and we will continue this the next time I've got a chance after work to knock some more of it out. Have